I think you've seen similar videos many times on YouTube. Me too. And you know what? I hate them. Before the video itself, I will say a couple of things for those people who have not even tried to read the disclaimer. I'm not trying to offend people who make or watch such content. Watch and do what you want. I'll just give you my opinion and why I don't like these videos. I think we should start with some history of such videos first. I'm not sure if it's like this on EnglishTube, but it's exactly like this in the Russian community. Well, let's start with the history. Somewhere in 2018, the first people who shot the so-called reactions appeared in CIS. I mean, we were just dudes sitting at a table watching videos. I admit, but I watched a lot of them at the time, and I think a lot of people will watch them for the same reason. Find out what other people think about the video you liked. But it wasn't the same. These were real people, but in the same year 2018, something more appeared. Reaction to Mary's You. Basically, these so-called Mary's Yous, who are often just trolls, were used to film their girls' reaction. At least mostly of the OCs, what were reacting on these Mary's Yous was girls. And yes, then it became a kind of animated content, although animation was almost never there. But in some of the videos, our Mary's Yous were reacting fandom characters, yeah. I think it's clear what I'm talking about, isn't it? So, we talked about history, and where the beginning of such videos appeared, we figured out. Now, let's go to the videos you came here for, yeah. From the moment they started appearing in my recommendations, it was already a gotcha. But first all the characters within the fandoms reacted, if you can say so. At first it was Piggy, which at that time was unrealistically popular, when FNAF was added, mainly the Afton family. And then the hell started. But more on that later. A little bit about what happens in such videos. Some characters sit on the floor and watch TV. The animated memes appear with the same characters or completely different ones. Often they don't even say anything, but just change their face, which makes these videos very different from the first reactions. Sometimes there is no pause between memes, so the characters just can't speak out. Now let me tell you about the hell I was talking about earlier. So, when the characters from different fandoms meet. Like, are you serious? They wouldn't have reacted so vividly to these videos anyway. Yes, I know this squibble seems silly, but it's true. If you think about it more, you will realize that many of the characters in these videos would definitely not react to such videos. Which is just strange. So, now let's look at the pros and cons of such videos. Positive. You can see interesting memes. See the author's vision of a video on the characters. Minuses. The same type of video. Yes, even the location is the same everywhere. Often two different characters from different fandoms. Only emotions, no words. For me, there are more disadvantages, so I try not to watch such videos. You can follow my example or continue watching them. Well, at the end of the video, I want to apologize for my terrible English. Also, goodbye everyone. And don't forget about disclaimer, please.